Good morning. Sorry, good evening. Oh my gosh. I gotta start doing stuff earlier again. It is now February 27th. Is that true? It is. And we're just gonna keep going on the wizard, I guess. Couldn't really decide what I wanted to play. I did play a lot of Total War today, but kind of just been hanging out, you know? I want to turn this up a little more. Maybe not. Alright, last time we played, we finished the triptych. And it's supposed to be a portrait of Isadora Morganac, and she's not in it because she's in her other painting, dead or something. Somehow you killed the painting, I guess. I'm not really clear on exactly what happened there, but we're just gonna go through some more of these. Hmm. I guess it makes sense that it'd be putting us in a similar
Handy
spot.
resource indeed, your field guide. I've mostly...
Oh, we can't fly here? I don't want to go down there. I don't know. I sort of fell out of the habit of streaming in the morning, which I should get back into because I do like that, you know?
Revelio. Confringo! Lumos.
But when I was sick in the last week or so, I really did not want to... Damn, what the hell is this? This is like... Your chicken coop inspection will occur in 2 weeks' time in accordance with the Ministry's investigation into rumors of the illegal breeding of basilisks. When did we hear about... Was that in... Was that just in a different note? We heard about the thing where you left a toad in a chicken coop to breed a basilisk. A toad had to hatch a chicken egg. Um, I don't remember where we heard about that shit though. Is this theoretically the inspector killed at the chicken coops? Because the guy was actually breeding a basilisk? Or is this the guy with the coops accidentally bred a basilisk, maybe? I don't know. It's been too long since I actually saw the other part of that story. We just gotta get to a point where we can fly. I should probably just bail out of this and... You know what? Let's do that. We'll come in from the other side. Fuck trying to find a way to fly in this section.
What are you up to now?
The other thing... I don't know that it's even worth talking about, you know? I want to sort of use the early parts of these videos as like a little, you know, diary,
here, I wonder?
my thoughts for the day, sort of thing. But like, I watched the video from Goat called The Wiggle That Killed Tarkov, where and he's a relatively popular Tarkov player, streamer, content creator, right? Downloaded cheats, downloaded an ESP hack,
You haven't had mushroom stew like what my mother used to make.
and used it to try to determine who in a raid was cheating. And he ended up apparently getting pretty good at figuring out when there was a cheater in there. And it turns out that there's way more cheaters than I kind of thought, you know? He ended up saying 60% of all raids have an obvious cheater. Of the ones that he played. He did 125 raids total. Oh, that was good. And that was just the way it ended up. That was just the way it ended up working out after 125 raids, was that 60% of them had cheaters. Which seems kind of insane. And it's been a minute since I played Tarkov, because I kind of just burn out on it really fast, as I think many people do. But it still kind of makes me feel, one, really bad, because I like Tarkov as a game, but two, also a little more justified in not playing it. Like, I get so frustrated. Mainly, I don't let myself get frustrated by not playing it, honestly. It's like, I get into it, right? And I feel the losses, and I really don't like dying in a way that it feels like I didn't really have an option to respond. And it's fine to make that your game, right? That's kind of what the game is.
You can't stop.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I think he just
You've one less follower, Ranrock.
reflected that spell back at me, maybe? I'm not really clear what happened there. But yeah, it was a really good video. I'm subscribed to Pestily on YouTube. And so I saw his video reaction to it before I saw the actual video. Or most of it anyway, so I kind of... And in fact, I had seen the previous post. I think it was the same guy made a similar post in the Reddit like 3 years ago.
I wonder if Ranrock and his crew are in there.
But yeah, it's really depressing because it's not even just Tarkov, you know, it's every online first-person shooter has an incredibly bad cheating problem, except for potentially Valorant, right? And there's got to be some in Valorant. I haven't played enough to know if that's actually I haven't played any Valorant, I should say. I don't know if that's actually a problem that they have. Maybe it's not at all, and I should be playing that shit. But you know, it just makes me wonder how many cheaters there are in an Apex Legends lobby, or like a Call of Duty lobby. Like I know there's, you know, the cheaters are there,
No sign of Lodgok out here. He must be inside already.
but is it 60% of games, like in Tarkov, or is it less? It feels like it's less, right? But is that just because or like they mean less in games that aren't Tarkov, and so you feel it more when you die in Tarkov, and you're more inclined to think it's a cheater? So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But like, is it 20%? Is it like, if it's even a quarter of what Tarkov's problem is, if it's 15% of games, like you get on and you play for 4 hours, say, got a Saturday night off, you and the boys get on and play Call of Duty for 4 hours, you finish 15 games. Are 3 of them ruined by cheaters? An hour's worth? You know? Potentially. I guess if it's going to be ruined by a cheater, your game's probably not going to be 20 minutes. Probably not going to be 15 minutes. So maybe it would have to be more than that to be an hour's worth, but it's such a problem.
Look at the size of this mine.
Anyway, let's go find Lodgok.
This place is teeming with Ranrock's loyalists. I have to keep my wits about me. This cart ought to get me deeper into the mine.
God damn it. You know what? I was going to sneak up on those guys, but we're not going to bother.
Just like Gringotts, but I'm in the driver's seat this time.
Cool. Do we get to do anything?
Something seems wrong.
How deep will this take me?
Ranrock's gonna be pleased with our progress. Who was on that car? Yeah, with his car, will ya?
That has to be the end up ahead.
Revelio.
I don't know. I guess I don't have anything else to say about that.
Confringo!
That's all I have to say about that. Except that it's really depressing.
Accio!
Where does that actually go? Can we see the pipe? Oh, it's up there? Can I get up there? You can't get up there yet. We gotta go all the way around. I think.
Always my turn, Joel.
I thought the level shit on this was supposed to be 24. Like the recommended level. These guys are all 10 levels above that.
What's going on?
Confringo! Confringo! Confringo!
We just got caught there. We just got caught there, you know? I was trying to sneak around, and that guy turned and spotted me.
Accio! Wingardium Leviosa!
I think this is a side path.
Revelio! Alohomora!
Here's a question I have. Does this game...
Revelio!
Is this a game that will lock us out of doing side quests if I don't do them in the right chapter? We haven't tried it yet. We've basically been doing every side quest as we get them. And the way some of them are structured makes me think that it is not a game that would want me to miss anything. But I'm not entirely sure yet, you know?
Revelio!
Guess we want to go down, so let's go this way first. Oh, this is also down. Alright, let's just do this. Oops. Oh, this guy's not even a boss. Rangers.
Glance off of me.
if that.
Glacius, try Finder.
God damn it.
Glacius, Finder.
I won't rest.
All right, lesson learned. Still gotta. Oh, where did that guy come from? Still have to press Q after we Glacius Defendo.
Revelio.
Was this a side fight? Was this a side path? Kind of looks like it was. I think it was. That's good. That's what we want. We want to do progress last forever.
Confringo.
No, this was required. I think we just need to light all those, so... I guess the fight's not required. If you sneak in and do it, and then sneak out. I think that's main. Baggy. I like a little baggy. Was that on purpose? Was that intended for that rat to move over this and knock it out?
Revelio.
Interesting. That felt like it could have been like just a little glitchy rat-based physics interaction, but I feel like that was intended. For that rat to knock aside the little plate so that we could notice it. Even though I had already noticed it, you know?
That's the student who stopped us at Feldcroft. I will make you won't. I will. One less human to worry about. You're one of the least of us.
We gotta get our magic back.
You only have Ranrock to blame.
Where does this one lead? Off the beaten path, I suspect. I'd better light these boilers if I want to go any further.
Well, what the hell am I supposed to be doing? This says off the beaten path, I expect, so let's do that, I guess.
Rebellion.
Fallen candle shelf. That's all we came up here for? Oh, this is the first room we saw. Okay.
I hope I can get to Ranrock before Lodgok does.
Oh, right. Lodgok said he would do this without us if we didn't show up. Maybe he assumes we weren't going to show up.
Another drill is complete. The wizarding world will crumble.
I can end this right now. I have to destroy the drill and stop Ranrock's loyalists.
Next time I see Fig or that student, I'll give them what they deserve. Someone's here.
Whatever.
I will make...
We don't fuck with the Rangers.
Get accustomed to that!
One less foul hulking brute. Confringo!
Seems like a bad way to destroy the drill. Causing a cave-in while we're still inside the cave. Don't we have some magic that we could use to blow up a gigantic pillar that we could also use to blow up a drill?
You.
Me.
That is unfortunate. No matter, we will build another.
I found this one lurking outside.
Lodgok. Come to make amends, little brother.
Oh, brother.
I came to stop this.
What is this you've brought me?
What is that? Did we give Lodgok a book?
It cannot be. All this time, you knew. You knew where it was.
Are you alright?
I'll never understand you, Lodgok. So, Gollum. That witch did not consider you an equal. She, like all wizard kind, sought only to use you.
You're wrong, Ranrock.
The young ones are especially deceitful. They are taught to hide their disgust for us, as they exploit us.
Astonishing that our ancestors ever trusted each other.
All this time, looking everywhere for the final repository, searching in vain for Bragbor's last journal. Wasted my time, chasing a child.
What did Rookwood just do? What was that little realization
And
that he
my
had?
brother knew where it was all along. But now, I don't need you. I don't need any of you.
I was bringing it to you.
You are a traitor to our kind.
Oh, damn, dude.
Avada Kedavra!
Oh, Rookwood realized Ranrock didn't need him anymore. If Ranrock can find the last repository without Rookwood, he doesn't need him. I see, I see. So Rookwood tries to kill him. Just then. Got it.
Poor Lodgok, dead by his brother's hand. No wonder he tried so hard to reason with him.
True. Yeah, I didn't realize.
Now
We've
to get
been-
out of this blasted place.
Pretty good at guessing which things are gonna... what things are gonna happen in video games, you know? I didn't guess that Lodgok was Rookwood, or Ranrock's brother. They don't really look alike, I guess.
I'll send word to Fig to meet me in the map chamber. He and the Keepers need to know Ranrock has that journal and knows where the final repository is.
Alright, is that what we do, or do we go and see Sebastian and Anne first? We've been doing pretty good at, like, keeping up with these, like, main side quests, you know what I mean? Wait. We're not tracking that? Meet Sebastian and Anne outside Feldcroft. Why does it not give me my yellow line? Let's go do this thing first. I gotta get more ancient magic.
Wonder if I'm safe to explore in there.
Oh, we fast travel on the broom. The smaller side quests that we haven't done, the ones that are like...
Could it be a Merlin trial?
We want to bother with this? Not really. The other side quests that we haven't done all feel like smaller to me. The ones that are just like in the town. Like the one where we just delivered the Chinese chomping cabbages across the whole map. It wasn't like complicated, it was just like go to this spot. I don't know that I feel that much inclination to absolutely doing all the little extra small side quests right now.
Revelio.
That wasn't so difficult.
I don't know. I definitely want to like do some of these main ones. We might as well finish up Natty and Sebastian's stories and Poppy's. Because they're like
Sebastian,
main
a
characters,
lost
you know?
relic from a catacomb which requires a dark sacrifice.
I know how it sounds, but if this can help you, it's worth the risk.
Does Ominous know about this?
He helped find the scriptorium where we discovered Slytherin's spellbook.
Very well. If Ominous will be there, I'll meet you. We don't have much time. Solomon wants to leave Feldcroft.
Why do you have a
What?
drink?
Leave? Never mind. You need to stall him. Buy us time, Anne. Please.
I shall do my best. I'll be in touch.
Solomon can't take Anne from Feldcroft. Where would they go? When would I see her?
Sebastian,
I can't believe my uncle wants to leave Feldcroft. Anne's going to stall him. She must. We need time.
time? For what?
I've learned more about the relic. I cross-referenced Slytherin's spellbook with everything in the library on relics and dark sacrifices. That's when I realized something. I believe the relic will only work inside the catacomb.
So we have to get Anne to the catacomb and then conduct a sacrifice. Seems risky.
It'll be worth the risk. Our biggest hurdle may be convincing Ominous. And we'll only give this a chance if he's on board.
And we have to keep all of this from your uncle. If he goes to the headmaster, we could be expelled.
Let me handle Ominous this time. As for my uncle, he's not an Auror anymore. What he doesn't know, well, won't hurt us.
Do you think your uncle would tell anyone at the ministry about all of this if he found out?
If he found out, I doubt he'd go to the ministry. He didn't part ways with them well, from what I understand. He won't say, but I believe his strong aversion to dark magic has something to do with his time there. Anne thinks he once decided to fight fire with fire, so to speak, and resorted to using an unforgivable curse and fight against dark wizards. At least that's what she thought she heard. When he realized what his job had led him to become, he left rather abruptly. So, I'm not sure he'd go to the ministry to report on his own family using dark magic now.
Good luck with Ominous. Until we meet again.
I shall let you know when the four of us should meet at the catacomb. Look for my owl. See you soon.
Man, this is starting to get pretty weird. Starting to get pretty rough. Because 4 of us are meeting at the catacomb, and the 3 of them have been lifelong friends. And we require a sacrifice, you know what I mean? Seems like, you know, I know who's on the table to be the sacrifice. That's all I've got to say about that, and I don't like it. We don't like that idea. And if it comes to Sebastian trying to Avada Kedavra me, take him out first, you know?
I can do this. I can do this. They will want to help.
Oh yeah, the centaurs gotta help fight the poachers.
Is this where we're meeting the centaurs?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so it's less of a meeting and more of a surprise, I suppose.
An ambush.
Once we tell them about the Snidgets, they'll understand why we came and they'll want to help.
I hope you're right. Perhaps they'll be able to tell that we're sincere. There's something about them that's so knowing. It's almost unnerving.
I suppose they are known for having an air of omniscience.
That's exactly the right word. I just... Never mind.
What is it?
It's nothing, truly. We've no secrets to hide.
That's right. We'll simply be honest with them about what we're trying to do. They'll have to help us, won't they?
Yes, of course. You're absolutely right. We'll meet with them, tell them about the Snidgets, and I'm sure it'll all be fun.
What? That's cute.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah! I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur, and it spoke back.
No, never! We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not our way.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continue to slaughter beasts like us without a care!
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all 3 of your heads.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden
I...
Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
Okay, kind of cool.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone. What do moonstones have to do with Snidgets? And why was he so certain about where we could find one?
Isn't Moonstone all around us? Why retrieve one from a cave?
That's true.
Knowing
Moonstone's the
Centaurs,
shit we've been picking up
I suspect
non-stop.
he's referring to a specific moonstone. We'll likely know it when we see it.
He could have been a bit clearer, or stayed a moment and answered our questions.
Centaurs do
can
know
be
things.
cryptic. Grant says no one talks more in circles than a centaur. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran.
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later. I can head to the library and start looking into the cave you mentioned. I'll let you know what I find.
Okay.
Knowing our meat, he's likely studied here. there's no telling what lies in wait for me in there.
We pressed just then.
Revelio.
Anne's worried. She said Sebastian promised her that I would be there if she went to meet him in the catacomb. But now he's asking her to join him immediately and to come alone. She says he doesn't sound himself. Meet us at the catacomb as soon as you can. I hope that my quill has conveyed my message clearly.
Are you familiar with the hamlet of Irondale? It's south of the castle. I think the cave that Doran wanted us to find is near there.
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
Very well. I'll speak with them. See what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
This is the sort of thing where it would be really cool if they didn't just give me dots to run to. You know? Tell me Otto Dribble works at Gladrags, right? Make me go see him first. Let me ask him what he knows about Agabus and the Rabes. Then, like, maybe have him tell me, like, oh, he's wearing a red hat. He loves that color red, and he's always hanging out at Brood and Peck, you know? He loves animals and shit.
I should check there.
And then I have to, like, seek him out, you know? That would be...
Please tell me you didn't take it, but perhaps it's been here all along.
That would be really cool. This is slightly less cool.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I would like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who went into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, He took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man, but when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and to be worthy of Rosie.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note that might help me to identify it should I come across it?
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
Now to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends. Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No. I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
He travels the world as a curse breaker for the bank. What does that actually entail, I wonder?
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
We do hope you will reconsider helping us with our banking needs. We've given you ample time to reach a decision on your own. Blah, blah, blah. This is exactly what she said. Blah, blah, blah.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends.
I have Otto say, "Oh yeah, I know the Filbert."
Agabus
Or no, that
Filbert
was
must
Rabe.
be around here somewhere.
They're in some deep shit. Mrs. Rabe's hanging out on the top floor of the 3 Broomsticks right now. Stressed as fuck about it. She's been drinking all week.
Hello there.
You know?
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic, what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprised Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again. But do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
Oh, you said somebody came into your house and went through all your things? Weird.
Revelio.
Shit.
Let me guess. You're after something fresh.
Purples only get trade slot level 2. I don't think we can wear purple ever again. Or a green or a blue for that matter. I think even if they're better, we don't want to wear purple. And we're just instant selling every purple from now on.
not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there. Natty must be around here somewhere. Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Revelio.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. Footprints led to this room. Must be another way forward. A hidden door.
Revelio.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
I think I just said that. Find Agabus Filbert's Book of Poems. Find Otto Dibble's log.
I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
Using that girl as bait, that one's coming for us. Just kill her. Only a whole student would be arrogant enough to come.
Did you miss something up there? I gotta go back and look. I don't think we did. I don't think there's anything in here.
Pull yourself together. Can't be going.
Like, just those make me think there might be, but there's not. There's not.
The Hamlets don't stand a chance against us.
Gwendolyn Jo.
Hey!
One wonders if one's life is indeed calm.
It's exhausting. Standing here all day waiting to do rookie. Show yourself!
What was that?
Concentrate. Can't let...
Expulso! You will not survive this. Might want to look up.
We haven't checked our challenges in a while, it's true. I don't have too many of those left to do. Dulcibella Filbert. This must be the note. Or no, this is part of the book.
Book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back. Revelio.
I'm like trying to decide which way is the progress path, you know? It's gotta be up the stairs, right?
Revelio.
I've read your last letter over and over, and am certain to read it again each hour until we're able to meet. I dread the notion that I will not see you soon.
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it.
We're not destroying that shit. There's no way.
Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
This is going to become just a bigger problem if we do this. So let's just,
Wingardium Leviosa.
instead of trying to force it down the hallway, let's just pull it out. You know, I realize now that perhaps my searching every little nook and cranny is not helping quickly find Natty, who's been kidnapped and is being held prisoner. And maybe I should move with a little more haste in the direction, you know?
We should speak to her again.
Tell her to say nothing. Expulsion! With her when he arrives. Expulsion!
More than that.
Standing through a bar!
Fringo.
We took a hit. I thought I was going to knock him out of his animation before he got to me.
Revelio.
Before he finished his attack.
You found us! I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr. Rabe. He will tell you what you need to do.
Okay, you say so?
Mr. Rabe? Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
He's a curse
I need
breaker.
my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's
We have
nearby.
exceptionally
I can
orange hair in
sense
this
it.
lighting.
Understood. I'll find it.
Your friend Natty was not able to summon my wand.
Revelio.
It must be blocked by something.
It's in this room, huh? Is this like an actual...
My wand is somewhere in this room.
Mr. Rabe's wand could be in there.
Alohomora.
Never mind.
Mr. Rabe's wand. He'll be glad to have this back.
I thought it was gonna be a cool puzzle, like I had to like look around for something that wasn't right in the room, you know, like, oh, maybe there's a bird over here, but there's actually supposed to be a bird here, and it's just, oh, I have to like do something weird with it that's not immediately visible. But no, I just had to press R in the right spot. It's kind of boring.
Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
You didn't tell her to stand back. She was standing right next to that shit.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Damn, Natty. You want your wand back? Did we already give it to you? Wait, was this shit in the room before? Wasn't it?
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and for all.
I thought we were gonna have to fight. It's weird that it says Revelio can sometimes help to reveal a solution to a difficult magical puzzle, right? When the only solution to that puzzle was Revelio, right? It was just to press R in the right spot.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
Singer, fucking handle it then, bro.
With all due respect, officer, the authorities haven't done much about any of this.
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ashwinders than simply storming in and hauling them off based on a few accusations. I must insist that you leave them to us. We shall have no further discussion on this. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
Listen, man, you can't get past me. You can't stop the Ashwinders. Just let me murder them all. I can pull them apart with ancient dark magic. Disintegrate them, rip them into shreds, bang them against the floor. Hold on, I have a letter.
The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me, I suspect that's your doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both. We're just leaving for our honeymoon after we tell Mr. Hill of our recent marriage. Wish me luck.
Wait. They got married since I talked to them. Damn, the guy moves fast.
I've acquired what muggles call a lute. Marvelous, isn't it?
Muggles call the loot? Isn't there a shop in Hogsmeade called Lutes and Flutes? Not that I could find it, even if I wanted to. Alright, let's go meet Ominous. Stop Sebastian from killing him. Or me.
Mysterious and a bit unsettling. What to do?
Sebastian has gone too far. You saw what lies in the catacomb. I cannot stay here.
Wait, Anne, please.
Ominous. He was willing to put the whole hamlet and himself in danger on the chance that some old relic could help to heal me. I'm sorry, Ominous. Make sure he's all right, will you?
I'm glad you're here.
I received your owl. Where's Sebastian?
Inside the catacomb. Frankly, I was surprised you weren't with him.
Ominous,
Stop. You did what you had to do, and I agreed. It might well have salvaged my friendship with Sebastian for the moment.
You were right. I do regret casting Imperio. I hope you can forgive me.
Our focus now needs to be Sebastian. He's in trouble. I'm going back into the catacomb to find him. Anne's right. He and the entire hamlet are in danger. The place is crawling with Inferi.
Inferi? What are you talking about?
You'll see. We need to hurry. Sebastian must not be in his right mind.
Inferi, what are you talking about? Isn't there one of these that's like, kill 5 million Inferi? We've killed 18 of them before. It's not going to be that unusual for us. Alright, let's do it, Ominous.
Last time we were here, this place was crawling with spiders.
We're about to face worse. Let's find Sebastian quickly.
Here. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
Neat.
Accio.
They haven't come through and replaced
Where was Sebastian when
all
you
the
and Anne
loot.
found him?
Just ahead. In the Great Room.
I guess this is kind of a lot of Inferi. That's the main path.
Revelio.
I don't think there's anything new down the side path.
There weren't this many in theory before.
And there's no sign of Sebastian.
Confringo! Taylor! Stupefy! Confringo! Stupefy! Glacius! Stupefy! Confringo! Glacius! Finger!
Leviosa!
Confringo!
Hold on a moment. I was so worried about Sebastian I didn't even realize. Anne's gone to get Solomon. When she first saw the Inferi, she thought Sebastian was being attacked. But then he showed her the relic and said he'd learned how to use it.
The carvings on the relic were Inferi, and Sebastian somehow created them.
Not exactly. He's controlling them. This is powerful dark magic. Creating Inferi is incredibly difficult, but controlling them... As Anne and I frantically barricaded the Inferi to keep them from escaping, Sebastian kept mumbling about healing Anne. When Anne said she couldn't stay here, I didn't realize what she meant.
Solomon threatened to go to the headmaster if he heard of Sebastian dealing with dark magic.
I need to get to Hogwarts. I must get to Professor Black first. Twist the story a bit, make him think it's a family fight. I'll be back as soon as I can. See if you can talk some sense into Sebastian.
Damn.
Be
Ominous
careful.
killer Slytherin move, bro. Nice work.
How many Inferi are there?
Let me go talk to the headmaster first.
Revelio.
Since we're such bros, he'll believe me over the X or R. One spider left in here, huh? Oh. Maybe not. You fake? I haven't really gotten to look at the models very closely. These are pretty good looking, honestly. Like, I guess the parts that you aren't going to see a lot don't appear to be that detailed, right? Basically the inside of the legs. And they're darker, so it's like going to be really hard to spot those, especially with the way that we highlight every enemy. But this part, his silhouette, really good. That looks great. His eyes are kind of weird though. I saw an image actually last week sometime that was like talking about the way different spiders, like types of spiders' eyes are laid out. And how like there's 8 eyes, right? But it's really there's 4 different pairs. I guess maybe I just go try and look for that image. Reddit spider eyes image. The different types of spider eye arrangements. This wasn't the one I was thinking of, but it it is more or less good enough to get the point across. Not that I'm making any interesting point, but like this is something like the image I was talking about. But like the other one was like there's this type of little jumping spider that have like their eyes up in the front. I don't know, maybe this one too. I'm not really sure, but like they've got big front eyes because they're trying to judge distance or something, and then they've got like their other eyes are smaller and off to the side, and then like I guess why it looks weird to me, this one does actually have that same sort of layout. It's because like I was thinking of all of these and none of them were really like just a rectangle, right? Where they're all really close to the same size. But I mean, that's really pretty much exactly it, right? So, I guess I'm just wrong. Guess we're just wrong. The spider eyes are great. They look just like Orb Weaver spider eyes. Cool. Oh, what were we doing? Finding Sebastian?
The Inferi. They're everywhere. Confringo!
Why is this one? Oh, we're locked on. Press caps lock instead.
Confringo!
Is this the room I'm supposed to be in? Is he in here? I think we went the wrong way. This is a side path. I guess.
These Inferi seem far from controlled.
I mean, I don't think it was that way, right? This was like towards that chest. Wasn't there... like darkness roots in there? Can't remember the name of them right now. But like vines that shy away from light? I guess probably not. Where the heck am I supposed to go? I guess we just chose the wrong path twice in a row. Oh, there he is.
Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Damn it. Oh. No? Oh? Yep. You were stuck on the ground there. Why are you doing this?
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. There's Sebastian.
Isn't this incredible?
I mean, it is kind of neat, but probably not cool.
Sebastian.
I told you, the relic is the answer. I've been trying to reverse the dark magic that injured Anne, but this will allow me to control it, just as I can control the Inferi.
Control? I had to fight Inferi all the way.
What have the two of you done? Accio relic!
The relic! You'll pay for this!
We're fighting Sebastian?
Sorry,
I do not want to accidentally disintegrate Sebastian's ankle, so we're not going to hit him with an axe. We're just going to set him on fire and chop him in half. We didn't hit that guy with a fire spell, so... What am I locked onto? Why am I moving like this? So I'm just trying to figure out why I'm like moving around this. Maybe broke.
now you've gone too far.
a weird fight. I liked it. I like that we're fighting the Inferi and Sebastian at the same time, but it kind of acts like Sebastian is controlling them, right?
I won't let her suffer.
Or sorry, like Solomon is controlling them, right? Oh my god, he really just did that? Pretty shitty move, Sebastian. You rat. Why did I spend the whole fight trying not to disintegrate him if you're just gonna kill him at the end anyway?
You've made your choice.
Oh, Anne. What have you done?
What have you done? Oh my god.
I must get out of here.
I can't let him leave.
Am I supposed to stop him? Alright, doesn't really seem like we have that option.
Stop, Sebastian! Hold on!
Oh, he's not going this way. That's my bad.
What is it?
Why wouldn't you stop? I was calling after you.
Anne won't survive this. She's withering away, inside and out. Solomon's never been there for us. Not really. He gave up on Anne. I'll never give up on her. You saw him, didn't you? He was going to ruin her life. He attacked us. I had to use the killing curse. You know I did. If I hadn't known how to cast it...
You went too far, Sebastian.
Too far, man.
I can't think right now. I need to leave. I can't stay here. I need to find Ominous.
Sebastian.
Please, I'm not myself right now. Let's meet later, at the Undercroft, all right?
You are the talk of the school since you saved Mr. Reb and I from the Ashwinders. We have come so far. We should discuss the next steps in our plan to stop Harlow.
Damn, Sebastian killed fucking Solomon, man. And Lodgok's dead.
I wouldn't give for a cup of mushroom
Can't actually go that way, can we? No, we can. No, we can't.
Wonder if I'm safe to explore in there.
You made it.
I think I've been here before.
I take it this means you had some luck at the library.
It took a few hours and some eye-watering maps, but I think this might be the cave Doran told us about.
Impressive, especially with how little information he gave us.
Well, I'm still not sure this is the cave, but it did seem the most promising. I stumbled across some folklore about a cave in the
Look at those
area that people
bees.
avoid. Seemed the perfect place to hide something of value. It's a bit of a leap, I confess, but might a mysterious item such as a special
Kinda
moonstone
gigantic.
be hidden in an equally mysterious cave? I think I'm desperate for anything at this point.
My God, look at the size of those things. We're getting swarmed.
Did you discover why people avoid this cave?
Ridiculous, really. Rumor was that the cave drove people mad. I couldn't find any account by someone who had been in the cave, though. So either it is a rumor, or anyone who went in wasn't in any state to speak of it afterwards.
Well, we're here. We might as well have a look.
Agreed. I wonder if you'd go blind from staring directly at a moonstone.
I mean, they're not that bright, Poppy. They're really
The rumors about the cave are true, do you?
only
I
kind of like
suppose we'll find
bluish.
out, won't we?
I mean, that one's... We had to blow this open. It's got to be the side path, right?
Revelio.
It's another aggressive one!
Oh, what the fuck?
What is going on with that?
Daddy, what the fuck? Or Poppy, what the fuck was that?
Confringo! Voipers!
I beg your pardon?
This must be how the rumor about the cave started. The Fwooper's song is said to drive anyone who hears it mad.
This is really beginning to feel like progress path.
If the Moonstone is here and so are Fwoopers, I wonder if it's being protected.
Alright, we don't need all the side shit, you know what I mean?
Why am I not surprised? First the Fwoopers and now this.
Revelio.
We need a butterfly. What's that? Alright, I guess
We need to find moths for
we
those
can't see a
spinners.
butterfly behind any door, right? There's a chest behind that one. Which is... that and that. Let's just do them all. There's a moth.
Perhaps the runes on the walls have something to do with finding the moths.
Thanks, Poppy.
Lumos.
Lumos. Lumos. Another obstacle. No matter. I'm sure we can work out a way across.
Lumos.
Lumos. It's beautiful.
Lumos.
103. Oh, that one's the only one that's going down. Got it.
Lumos.
You did it! I was hoping we wouldn't have to do Look, where the water's bubbling. How odd.
Shall we take a closer look?
You read my mind. Merlin, it's even more beautiful close up. It's got to be here, I just know it.
Okay, I didn't really want to be in here, but I guess I do.
Given what Whoopers are known to do, I never thought I'd be so happy to see this many of them.
I don't know. I've been listening to them for a while now, and I'm starting to lose my mind.
Very funny. I was just thinking how it's proof that poachers haven't
Alright,
been
how do we get up here?
assuming this is where the Moonstone is. Which means we're one step ahead of them. Well, we found what we came for. Now we just need to bring it to the henge.
Well done, Poppy. This did end up being the right cave after all.
A good thing, too. We need every advantage over the poachers if we're to get to the Snidgets first. We should do as Doran suggested and bring the Moonstone to the henge.
Shall we?
We shall.
Fuck it.
If
We don't
leave
need all
now,
this stuff in
we
this
should
game.
make it there by nightfall. That's the henge, precisely where Doran said it would be. But now that we're here, I'm not entirely sure how to feel. We knew we were at the cave for the Moonstone, but Doran didn't tell us what to expect when we placed the stone in the henge.
I don't think Doran would knowingly send us into danger.
You're right. I suppose I'm worrying over nothing. Let's make our way down. We're nearly at the end of this. I think that's it over there.
Can't fly. Oh, Poppy, why did you bring us to this particular spot instead of over there on that side?
How's
it's
your
a nice
doing,
view.
by the way?
Nothing keeps Gran down. She set up a caterwauling charm and threatened to make a coat out of the next poacher that set foot on her doorstep. I still feel terrible that I'm the reason they went there.
Surely she'll be pleased you've gone after the Snidgers.
I hope so. Gran understands how important it is to protect those who need it. I think we can safely say we know where the Moonstone goes.
Thanks, Poppy. Wipe that smile off your face. We don't know if this is good or bad yet. Doesn't seem bad.
Oh. That was a mooncalf dance. Do you know how rare it is to see even one? They only ever happen under a full moon. Though I suppose the Moonstone allowed it to happen now.
Is the pattern they left behind on the ground normal?
All part of the dance. No one pattern is ever the same, though. We'll need to draw this one to get a better sense of it. Can't wait to tell Gran that I've managed to see not one, but 2 mooncalf dances. She'll be jealous.
You've seen this before?
It was pure luck the first time. I was on Highwing, or I'd never have spotted it. It was the night Well, the night I met Highwing, actually,
I'd love to hear about how you and Highwing met.
I'd actually like you to know. About 5 years ago, Highwing had been captured by poachers. At first, they planned to sell her, but soon decided they wanted to kill her instead. More money, I suppose. I'd finally had enough. I freed Highwing and we ran. We'd flown for ages when I spotted mooncalves dancing below and we landed to watch them. It felt like an omen. A good one. A sign that the worst was over.
What do you mean you'd had enough and the worst was over?
You see, the night I freed Highwing was also the night I ran away from home. A poacher camp. I come from a family of poachers.
What? But your grandmother's a conservationist?
Merlin, I don't know what to say, Poppy. I can't imagine what that must have been like for you.
I never fitted in, but the older I got, the more apparent it became. Gran tried for years to convince my parents to let me live with her. Suffice it to say, when I left with Highwing, I flew straight for her house.
How brave. I'm glad you escaped.
So am I. There were so many creatures I was unable to help when I was younger. Now that's all I want to do.
From everything I've seen, you're doing precisely that.
I've had a bit of help. I've never told anyone any of this, but I'm glad that you know. It's nice to have someone to talk about it with.
We were around so many poachers in the tent. Were you not worried about being recognized?
Poachers are nomadic, and most of the ones in the area aren't any I'd grown up with. That said, I suspect someone must have recognized me. That's how they got to Gran.
Do your parents know about the things you do now? Saving the dragon from the fighting ring, for instance.
We don't speak, or rather, they don't speak to me. Last I heard, they were in Borneo trying to make their fortunes there, at Cromantulas. However, I wouldn't be surprised if word has got back to them. Some days a part of me hopes that it has. Now that
Was
I'm
that
older,
note we found
I wish I
before
could talk
between
to them,
Poppy's
get them
parents?
to see sense, but sadly I suspect that wouldn't do any good.
What was it like growing up in a family of poachers?
The thing I remember most was how much we moved around, always chasing the next big kill. It was chaotic and dangerous, and nowhere a child should ever grow up.
I'm glad you told me.
We should get back to Doran. He'll need to see the symbol, and we've got poachers to beat. If you collect the Moonstone, I can make a quick drawing of the symbol for Doran.
Oh, collects. Okay. You're right. Guess that's the. I guess it's 2 lines, maybe. I don't know.
Are you finished with the drawing?
Just barely. I think the pattern's a bird. At least that's what it looks like.
Didn't the journal say the key to finding the Snidgets lies in the moonlight?
Of course. That's it. We need to show this to Doran. Not that I'd know where to find him at this hour. Perhaps we should head back to the castle and we can track him down after a good night's sleep.
Agreed. I'm
Sure.
ready to leave if you are. Revelio.
Where's the Undercroft? It's beneath the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom. I guess that's the right one to go to.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
That was definitely the right one.
She's devastated. She just buried your uncle alone.
I did it for her.
Sebastian, Anne can't bear the thought of turning you in, but...
What? Turn me in? She saw what happened.
I'll give you some time to think, Sebastian.
Turn me in?
Sebastian.
Did you hear that? You saw what happened. I never wanted to hurt my uncle.
I know.
I can't believe he's gone. How did things go so wrong? I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to... Oh, Anne, I was only trying to help. I can't leave now. Anne needs me more than ever. You understand. You can talk to Ominous. Make him understand. He listens to you. I need to be with Anne.
I don't know what to do, Sebastian.
You don't know. You do know.
Anne has no one. I regret everything I did. I know what I did was wrong. I only hope she can forgive me. That everyone can forgive me. No matter what happens from here, I'm glad we met.
Poor Sebastian.
Ominous.
What a mess.
What's that noise?
I
What the
can't
fuck was
believe
that?
it. After I last saw you, I went straight to Hogwarts. Before I had time to talk to Black, I heard from Anne. I rushed to Feldcroft and found her with Solomon's body. She was beside herself with grief. Part of her wants Sebastian to face the consequences, another part can't bear the thought of it. I don't want to lose Sebastian, but I don't think we have a choice.
We don't have a choice. You're right. You were right the entire time.
I wish I hadn't been. If we do this, we may never see Sebastian again.
I realize that, but it's the right thing to do. He killed his uncle. We've tried to justify his actions every step of the way, but this has gone too far. It has to stop.
Very well. Leave it to me. I'll tell the headmaster. Farewell for now. I shall be in touch. Whatever lies ahead, we must face it together. That I know.
Listen. Don't tell him about the Imperiolo, dude.
Duncan owes his reputation to you.
Duncan? Now's not the time to talk about Duncan, man. We got bigger things to worry about. Let's keep some perspective, yeah? Sebastian's gotta go to jail. Don't mind me. I wasn't bumping into the wall. We didn't back up so far that we lost track of where we were at. Okay, so we gotta wait for Ominous to talk to us about that one, I guess. Seems like she's in the Great Hall.
Off on another adventure, are we?
I have been meaning to speak with you.
I still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how everyone knows about it.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors, and news travels quickly. Unfortunately, she might, in fact, have been even less forgiving than I'd hoped.
I don't blame her for being concerned. We have been involved in some dangerous activities.
As the Ashwinders were locking me up and threatening my life, it did occur to me that my mother may have been right.
Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence we provided?
She has not. Harlow is as strong as ever. Someone needs to stop him, whether it is us or Officer Singer. If someone had stopped the monsters like him in Matabeleland, my father would be alive today.
What exactly happened to your father?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to tend to a neighbor who was ill, and so my father and I were galloping in the savannah.
I don't think I would have asked her this if I
Your
had the
father was
choice.
also an animagus, I take it?
He could become the most majestic giraffe, and he would carry me on his back, my arms around his neck. We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted and then aimed his rifle.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form. When the bandits saw this, They turned and ran in fear. Magic terrified them, and then he was gone. And it was all my fault.
Your fault? How so?
He died protecting me. If I had been capable of protecting myself, he would still be alive today. My mother and I tried to go on without him, but it became too much for us there. A few years later, we left to come to Scotland.
Do you think your father would approve of the things we've been doing?
Oh my, that is a good question. In theory, yes. Although he would worry as my mother does. But I think he, of all people, would understand my persistence. My father never shied away from a fight for good, no matter how ruthless the foe. And I think he would have enjoyed knowing that I had a compatriot like you.
Do you think taking down the Ashwinders will avenge your father's death?
No. Vengeance is not what drives me. My father would not want that. He and my mother raised me to believe that it is a privilege to be able to fight for those who cannot. I know there is risk involved, but I feel it is worth it. I am glad you seem to think so too.
What does your mother think about all of this?
Well, as you saw, she worries a great deal. She is an excellent seer, but I think it bothers her to this day that she did not see my father's death coming. She misses him, as do I. So I believe on some level she understands my need to seek justice in a small way. But that does not mean that she likes it.
I'm sorry, Natty. I can't imagine what you've been through. Your father sounds exceptional.
He was. Truly extraordinary. And thank you for your kind words.
We
all have our burdens. My father had a saying about that.
Yes, I remember. Rain does not fall on one roof alone.
Exactly. Soon you and I will put an end to the Ashwinders, beginning with Harlow. And once he is gone, we will turn our attention to Rookwood. We are making progress, and we will succeed.
You know what?
Thank you
Natty's
again
grown
for
on me.
saving me. You deserve all of the praise you have received.
I didn't like the way she showed up in the story, right? It kind of bugged me that she was kind of forced on us, right? Oh my god. Where'd the Slytherin decorations go? Like, I like Sebastian from the rip because he was the guy who introduced us to the Slytherin house, right? He was the first person we talked to there, I think. And then we played like 3 or 4 missions where we had the opportunity to... Maybe it was just the one where we got to choose who we took with us to Hogsmeade. Did we choose a different one? I'm not really sure, but like we chose Sebastian every time, and then Natty sort of just shows up. Like she's already our friend, even though we've never met her. But yeah. She's kind of hung around long enough that I kind of like her now. Although she does have a lot of special powers. Alright, what are we doing? I feel like I'm rambling. I think we might leave this for next time. I think this seems like a good spot to stop. We'll have a good story mission to start off on next time. And, that'll be good. that's all for tonight. Farewell.